What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Best Pals podcast. We're continuing our tournament of the best Millennial Kids Shows. We've already done Nickelodeon, which we crowned that Hey Arnold is the best Nickelodeon show. We've done Cartoon Network, which was crowned Ed, Edd n Eddy. And now we'll be starting on the Disney Channel. I am your host, Ben Richey, here with Pizza Man Jake.
I like pizza.
Best girlfriend ever, Kate.
Hi.
And Mortal Kombat reject with her mask, Jamie.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, get over here.
Today we'll be doing Disney Channel, which consists of Lizzie McGuire, Sonny with a Chance, Phineas and Ferb, Recess, Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, That's So Raven, House of Mouse, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Phil of the Future, Kim Possible, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, Even Stevens, The Proud Family, Boy Meets World, and Teacher's Pet. And a lot of those are a lot longer than the other shows because I feel like that took me twice as long to get through that list. So we'll be starting with Jamie, who is the Disney Channel expert here. Jamie, Lizzie McGuire or Sonny with a Chance?
Sonny with a Chance was good, but Lizzie McGuire left an impact. Like, that was a really big show. It
Okay.
had movies. You can't go wrong.
Right.
Right, they had a movie where she went to like France and found her twin sister or something like that. She went.
remember.
Hilary Duff had a lot of Disney movies.
She read a lot.
So she also had the boot camp one.
Yeah.
And
Cadet Kelly.
Cadet Kelly and stuff like that. So I don't know if that may have been a Lizzie McGuire
Like, I
movie
feel
or
like
not.
they went on a school trip to
They
like
did go to a
France,
school trip.
and there was like a singer guy, and she became his dancer
She became
or
like
singer.
a pop star.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was not
she
Lizzie McGuire,
basically-
or was that something else?
That was Lizzie McGuire.
That's what I
okay.
was talking about. I thought it was
Okay.
like her twin sister.
I
or
don't know
something.
about the twin.
Like they looked. I don't know. Okay, Sonny with a Chance or Lizzie McGuire?
Definitely Lizzie McGuire. I'm a Hilary Duff fan from that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a crush on Lizzie McGuire growing up. I've also never even heard of Sonny with a Chance, so I'm
And it was a lesser show.
going with Lizzie McGuire.
I'm gonna have to do the same. I never really watched either. I also didn't have the Disney Channel growing up a
I feel
lot.
like a lot of people didn't have it.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't have
it was
at
part
home
of
either.
like the special package,
Right.
and it costed too much money.
I grew up middle class.
I mean, my dad had it when I would go to his house because he had satellite TV, but I didn't have it at home, so I could only ever watch it at my dad's house.
Right.
But she was also like one of the people that didn't go crazy after
One of the teen stars.
yeah,
that
the
didn't
child
use
stars that didn't go
Right.
crazy.
So
So
give her
like,
props for that.
yeah,
Amanda Bynes.
she has a family and 2 kids and
Yeah.
is married and hasn't Amanda Bynes herself. Yeah.
Well, think by now it would have happened.
Yeah.
So Liz McGuire is moving on. Kate, we got Boy Meets World versus Teacher's Pet.
Obviously, Boy Meets World. Could watch it over and over. It's a great show.
Yeah, full disclosure, I bought Disney Plus just to watch Boy Meets World. And I have the DVDs. I just was too lazy to put them in, so
pure
I
laziness.
bought Disney Plus. So I also am voting for Boy Meets World. Jake?
What was
Teacher's Pet.
Teacher's Pet. I'd never even heard of that. So it's going to be Boy Meets World, and even if I had heard of it, it probably would still be Boy Meets World, because Boy Meets World is great. Topanga's hot. Topanga's super hot. Even in the Girl Meets World, the sequel to Boy Meets World,
Yeah.
she's still super hot.
I haven't seen any. The redhead from Boy Meets World that was in the later seasons, yeah, she does porn now, so go check that out. I guess. Boy Meets World or Teacher's Pet, Jamie?
I'm actually not really that familiar with either.
Really?
Yeah. So I, like, vaguely remember the name Teacher's Pet, but it must not have been, like, crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
And then Boy Meets World, I only ever watched when I would go to my neighbor's house to get a ride to school. And it was on because her kids were teenagers. So I think maybe that one I was just a little young for. Or I was either sheltered.
I felt when I was young, I felt the same way with Saved by the Bell, because my cousin, who is older than me loved Saved by the Bell.
Yeah,
I could never get into
They were watching
it.
that too sometimes.
So I
They were
never...
into the teenage...
Yeah, I felt like Saved by the Bell was the
scenarios.
teenage... Like, it was like the 90210
The
for
only one I
teenagers.
watched like that was Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love Sabrina.
I can
So
respect.
I'm going to
some Sabrina.
default to Boy Meets World just because I am somewhat familiar with it, but I don't have...
Good choice, Jamie.
Good choice.
Phineas and Ferb, or Recess.
This is hard because Recess was great.
Yeah,
Recess is
Recess had
a movie.
really great storylines. It had a movie. So did Phineas and Ferb, though.
but it was in theater. Recess's movie was in theater.
That's true.
I remember seeing it in theater
Yeah,
when it came out.
so did I.
It's what
I did not.
Summer break or
Yeah.
Yep.
so good. My vote's Recess. I've never even seen Phineas and Ferb.
I've seen a few
I'm
episodes.
going to go with Phineas and Ferb because I still watch that show.
I think Phineas and Ferb also had a crossover with Marvel superheroes. Yeah, with the Avengers. They had a crossover with the
Interesting
Avengers.
I can,
crossover.
I
Yeah.
can even sing
What?
you the theme song.
But I will say that I loved Recess. I loved Recess so much. It was quirky, and they had adventures on the playground at Recess. There was like hierarchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was
there was a king.
the
There was a
cliques.
king.
It was all of the high school cliques you would find, or
Yeah.
school cliques.
And
you
then
would
the
find.
kindergartners were savages.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there was the Ashleys.
And their tire
It
fortress.
played on stereotypes in school, so it was relatable for every single kid.
And what was the main character? TJ,
TJ.
and he had
Dazzler.
that backwards red cap that
Yep,
made
he was a
him
cool kid.
that made him the main protagonist.
Kate, what do you got?
I don't think I ever watched Recess. So I'm gonna go with Phineas and Ferb.
We got another
Another
tie.
tie. Oh, okay, I have to call Andrew.
Here, I'll call somebody else. We'll keep going in a fair way. Hey, Dom. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on a podcast. We're recording like a bracket thing for Disney Channel, and I need you to break a tie.
Break a tie.
Yeah. It's
Okay, what's up?
it's between the show Recess or Phineas and Ferb.
What if I don't know what either one of those?
Oh,
I guess then you're useless.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Is your girlfriend there?
Yeah, hold on.
Well, I called it.
Speakerphone. Oh. Alright, Jamie, you're on speakerphone, so you can have Ash.
Okay, Ash.
Hey.
Hey. So, we're recording a podcast for brackets for Disney Channel shows. And we're stuck on a tie between the show Recess or Phineas and Ferb.
Okay. I mean, what is the question?
Which
Which one's better?
Which one is better?
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen Phineas and Herb, or what is it? Phineas and Herb.
Yes,
I
Phineas and
don't
Ferb.
watch Recess. I mean, that's what I grew up watching.
Would you say that that's a great show?
Absolutely.
All right.
all right.
Then Recess is the winner. Thanks a lot, Ashley.
You're welcome. Did that help?
Yes, you helped. You broke the tie. Recess won.
Yeah.
It took 6 people again, though, guys.
Yeah, it did.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you at work next
Alright,
week.
you're welcome.
Well, not you, but Dom. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So Recess moves on.
Are they like young? How had he not heard of it before?
It's Dom. It's fine.
He's just him.
All right, Jake. So the next matchup is Even Stevens
Okay.
versus the Proud Family.
I'm easily gonna go with Even Stevens. I never watched The Proud Family. I know Shia LaBeouf's in Even Stevens before he went crazy, and he was all like, "Just do it," and he went on with Megan Fox to do Transformers. But yeah, Even Stevens. I never watched The Proud Family.
Yeah, I will also vote for Even Stevens. I remember the Proud Family. I remember it bits and pieces. I remember watching it, but I don't remember anything about it. Like, I couldn't tell you any of the characters or any of the plots. So, Even Stevens, Shia LaBeouf, he gets a churro maker. I remember that. He gets a churro maker in his room. So, Even Stevens.
Oh, I do remember that. I do.
Okay.
Definitely Even Stevens. I never really watched The Proud Family, but I was a Shia LaBeouf fan at that point in time before he was,
'Cause he was
a
cute?
little wacky. Yeah, I did think he was cute.
I knew it. I'm voting for the other show. Jamie, Proud Family or Even Stevens?
I'm actually Proud Family. I loved the Proud Family. I loved them.
Why? I explain the appeal, because I don't
I
remember
think I
it.
liked the diversity of the show because it showed characters that related to me. I grew up in a diverse family, so I grew up around black people, Indian people,
Yeah, it was
all kinds of religions. Like
a family. It was a
black family,
Yeah.
and they had Hispanic neighbors. There were kind of a little bit of everybody. There was a redheaded white girl. There was the blue gang of girls.
Were they bullies? I was like,
Yeah, they were the bullies.
I was
They
like,
were
why are
bullies.
you blue?
Yeah,
Are you...
they were kind of meant to show the gangster aspect of it, because they were bullies and they stole and they were obviously like
the bad
the
kids.
bad
They were
kids
the
that nobody
bad
wanted to be
kids.
around, nobody wanted to join in on. I don't know. I think it's because it was relatable that I stuck on. Even Stevens, I never got into. It was too slapstick for me. I don't know.
Okay, well, you never got into Even Stevens, and I've never gotten into either of these, Jamie. So next up is Wizards of Waverly Place versus Hannah Montana.
I will go with Waverly Place easily. Hannah Montana was a garbage show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it was a garbage show. That poor girl is probably severely traumatized, and that's why she's crazy. Or at least we view her as crazy, but...
She came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, naked
Waverly
on the wrecking
Place.
ball.
Selena Gomez, she stayed classy.
She was
You
in
know,
Wizards
I forgot
of
that that's
Waverly.
She
was in it. I
stayed
was trying
classy,
to
and she was really good.
distinguish between the two earlier when I was picking, and I forgot it was her in it. And
Yeah, that one was
knew
really
I'd
good.
watched it, yeah.
Jake?
I'm gonna pick Wizards because I like Harry Potter. But also I hate Hannah Montana, and I also don't like country music at all. So I nothing against anybody who does. I prefer.
I gave it a good shot.
Yeah,
and
I gave it the
didn't
old
like it.
college try, but I prefer metal, and I want my guitar riffs to melt my face off when I hear them.
So you're going Wizards of Waverly Place.
It was a terrible show, though.
It was.
Even the props and the set design were garbage.
I had an ex whose little sister was my age, exactly my age, and she adores to this day Hannah Montana.
I'm sure.
And I couldn't stand
it. Was meant to be for younger kids, a little bit younger than our generation, because I was kind of a teenager at that point when that show came out.
Well, she was 19.
She was meant to appeal to 12-year-olds.
Right.
A 19-year-old
And I was
watching
16.
it.
But I also, at the same time, I can't really say anything because I was watching 1987 Ninja Turtles in the other room. So, I mean...
All right, Kate, Waverly Place or Hannah Montana?
So I just, jumped and picked Hannah Montana earlier because I couldn't really remember much about Wizards of Waverly Place. But now that you reminded me it was the Selena Gomez show, now I'm kind of, getting more...
It's the one where
it's coming
they had
back
a Subway
to
shop.
me.
They had, a sub shop.
And I remember really liking that show. So I'm gonna pick Wizards of Waverly Place also.
Okay, so I've never seen either of these. I think I was too old when they started airing. But Waverly Place sounds like Waverly Hills, and the place was fun to go explore.
Okay.
So I'll go with Waverly Hills.
That's how he's gonna be.
I'm not going with place, but I'm going with the hills, so close enough. Kate, we got Kim Possible versus Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
So I know who Buzz Lightyear is, but I've never seen that show.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I know Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
Yeah,
never
definitely
seen
Toy
Star
Story.
Command.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Kim Possible. I did watch it, not a ton, but I did enjoy it when I watched it. So
I'm in the same boat. I know Buzz Lightyear. I liked him from Toy Story. No idea what Star Command is. I've seen commercials. I've seen toys. Never watched the show. Kim Possible I watched. I wasn't a huge fan of, but I enjoyed it. And it has Eric from Boy Meets World.
It's Ron Stoppable, yes.
Yeah, he does the voice. So that gets a point in my book. So Kim Possible for me too.
I adore Kim Possible. It is one of my favorite Disney shows.
Really?
Um,
but
more
than Buzz Lightyear of Star
oh,
Command?
by far. Like the sister from Even Stevens plays Kim Possible,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and like you said, Matt.
Eric
Eric.
is the character's
Yeah.
name. I don't know
Eric-
what his real name is.
Eric plays Ron Stoppable.
I thought his name was Ron Weasley.
That's
That's
Harry
Harry
That's
Potter.
Potter.
Harry Potter.
And you told me you've never even
I've never
watched
seen
Harry
it. I've never
Potter.
watched it.
It's Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable. There's
Yeah.
a theme there.
Yeah, it's a play on
Oh.
words. It's a play on words.
Who Ron Weasley's from
Yeah,
Harry-
that's
I've
Harry
never seen
Potter.
Harry Potter. or
They are
read
both
them.
white redheads. It's
Yeah,
Okay.
there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
There's the connection.
Well, no, Ron Stoppable's blonde.
Oh yeah, he is.
okay.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
White boys.
Kim is the more.
She's
like,
the redhead. Yeah,
Yep.
and they ended up making a live action version, which I refused to watch.
It was okay.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was
alright.
okay. Doesn't live up to the cartoon.
No.
No.
The cartoon had much more context
Oh,
to it.
Ron Stoppable is the best character in that show. He is such good comic relief.
What about the naked mole rat?
Rufus is amazing too
I just
because he
popped
lives
in
in
my
his
head.
pocket.
I forgot
Solid
that was a
supporting
thing until
character.
just now.
Yes, Rufus is great. He actually turns into one of the main characters towards
Yeah.
the end of the show.
Yeah.
There was also a guy named Rufus in wrestling in WCW. He's a big fat guy.
And there was also a Rufus in Bill and Ted, which also has a new movie coming out, and I'm super excited for it.
There's also Rufio, but that's completely different.
Yeah, that's Hook from with Peter Pan.
All right, so you're going with Kim Possible.
Oh yes,
Jamie.
I'm easily going with Kim Possible. Well, what was the other one again?
Buzz Lightyear of Star
Oh, Buzz
Lightyear.
Lightyear. That's right. Sorry,
I don't even
I
care.
spaced out.
I don't
I was.
We all
going
were
with
like, Kim Possible.
yeah, exactly. Because it's such a great show. But Buzz Lightyear was good. It just wasn't as, I guess, inspiring for kids.
memorable.
Yeah, memorable. I mean, I think it's memorable because I enjoyed the 3 little alien dudes in it, and Zurg is always hilarious. But
See, I only remember them from Toy Story.
I actually
Yeah.
hate Toy Story, but I
Really?
loved Buzz Lightyear's spin-offs.
How do you hate Toy Story?
I do not like it.
Like even the original first
Yeah,
one.
I would never got into it.
Oh wow.
Wow,
I
that's
grew up in a
fucked
very sexist household. I
Okay.
went to church very often, and there was a lot of expectations on me.
What
And
is
so,
it?
I viewed it as a boys' show. It was a boys' movie.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
I guess I didn't really watch it a ton when I was little. I got more into it as I got older.
Right.
Also,
Yeah, I'll watch them now. I still don't like them that much, but
I will say I haven't seen the newest one. 4.
have.
4 was good,
I haven't
actually.
seen it either.
I haven't
think
seen
that's
4.
one of the
I feel like
only
they
ones
have
I
gotten
ended up liking.
better as it's gone on. So.
I know Bo Peep plays a big
She
part in it.
was awesome.
I know she turned into a badass.
Oh, yeah.
But I
She-
don't know anything.
She went through hell and back. Okay? She had a hard life.
Okay. She had a hard knocks life.
Yep.
That
She
toy
ended
had
up
it
at an
hard.
antique shop,
Yep.
lived in an alley,
Damn.
Dated what's his name? The motorcycle dude
Yeah.
who still wants her. That's voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I knew that.
All right, so Kim Possible's moving on. Jamie,
It's a great show.
we got
Damn right.
That's So Raven versus House of Mouse.
I'm gonna go with That's So Raven. She was phenomenal in that. She was so funny. House of Mouse was good, but I mean, it felt very generic for Disney.
Was House of Mouse
It was
just
a comedy show.
It's a Mickey
it
Mouse.
was just Mickey Mouse, like cartoons, like the old school ones?
Yeah, House of Mouse is
But
all
new?
the cartoons came to the House of Mouse to have
Real
dinner
world.
and a show. And the show was them.
Oh, okay.
So it was just a series of shorts and some banter with the house, basically.
Oh, okay.
'cause there's 2 different dramas going on at the same time.
Hmm.
It was a classic Disney move, but I feel like That's So Raven really, it was good. It had a lot, I mean, I was a teenager too, around the time that came out, and it had a lot of teenage themes to
She
it.
could see in the future.
She could see in the future, and that was neat.
See, so That's So Raven, I do remember watching, but I have girl cousins that are a little bit younger than me. So I feel like the only time I ever watched it was when I was with the girl cousins that were a little bit younger than me. House of Mouse I never even heard of, so That's So Raven's got my vote. Okay.
Yeah, That's So Raven for me. Also, I would watch it pretty frequently. I never watched House of Mouse.
I really didn't watch either. but I know of That's So Raven. I've watched a few episodes. I've seen it. It seemed like a really good show. I think, didn't it have a spinoff?
Yeah,
Corey in
and
the
it's
House.
come back
Corey in
again.
the
Now
House.
it's like Raven with her kids.
Oh yeah, and then her kids also have the.
I haven't watched that one yet. It's on my list.
They're doing that a lot, where they're like.
Yeah,
like,
they
like,
are.
And
With
Fuller House.
Yeah.
That's so.
They did it with Raven. Too.
Raven, yeah. So I mean, I'll go with That's So Raven. I know they did Corey in the House,
Yeah.
and that's her brother.
Yeah, that's her brother and
and
her
that's
dad.
also an anime.
Oh, neat.
That's
her dad gets hired to be the president's chef, so Corey moves to and Raven was at college, so.
It also has a amazing DS game.
I remember.
I think I had it.
It's so bad. All right, so the last matchup in the first round, Kate, is the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody versus Phil of the Future.
I was a fan of those Sprouse twins.
They were fantastic.
Am to this day.
Yeah.
Watch Riverdale with Cole Sprouse.
Oh yeah, he plays Jughead, doesn't he?
they're so
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay. I have never seen Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Phil of the Future looked familiar when I looked it up, and the main actor in it is in a Disney Channel original movie.
Oh.
I think it was like a basketball one or a baseball one or something.
I think it was a basketball. I don't think they ever did a baseball one.
They did a baseball one because they did like a food cook-off baseball hybrid movie where the kid played baseball, but then he learned he liked to cook. So then he did like $1 million cook-off, and his dad was disappointed in him. That's besides the point. So I'll vote for Phil of the Future just because I've never seen Zack and Cody. So Jake?
I didn't like Zack and Cody. I don't know what it was. A lot of those Disney live action shows I didn't care for. I preferred cartoons growing up. That's a lot of the time growing up. Like with Nickelodeon, I didn't want to watch Pete and Pete. I didn't want to watch Salute Your Shorts. I didn't want to watch what was the cowboy one?
Hey Dude.
Hey Dude. I didn't want to watch those. I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark? Because I loved, Tales from the Crypt and all that stuff, but I didn't really care much for the live action stuff. What was the other one?
Well, you got Sweet Life of Zack and Cody versus Phil of the Future.
I do distinctly remember Phil of the Future, and I remember the theme song. So I'm going to go with Phil of the Future.
It was a good show. I'm torn on this one.
He made a milk engine.
He did.
I don't remember any of that, but
He
I
did
remember
all kinds of cool
guy.
stuff in his garage.
Sweet Life or
This is so hard for
Phil
me
of the
because
Future.
Phil of the Future was really good. It didn't get a lot of seasons though.
No, it got cut short.
Yeah, it did. I felt like they pulled it prematurely. Sweet Life got another show, Sweet Life on Deck, where they lived on a cruise ship. I think I'm gonna have to go with Sweet Life because I did follow the series.
You gotta
I
tie.
followed.
we got a
All
tie.
right, it's your turn to call.
I don't have anybody that I feel will know this. Like Disney Channel.
I'll just
Like-
text Angie again and be like,
Hold
Sweet
on.
Life of Zack
Like
and
I
Cody.
feel like none of
Let me
my
see if I have.
close friends that I wouldn't mind
Oh,
bugging
Don's
right
not
now.
a close friend. It's fine. I just called a
I don't
random
even
person
know
I
who
knew
would
would be
be like
awake right
Disney
now.
Channel.
Hey, Ashley. Hey, this is Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a quick question. Are you awake?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I got a quick question. We're having a debate, and we need somebody.
Okay.
We need a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Which TV show was better, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, or Phil of the Future?
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay, thank you. That's all we needed. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
You woke the poor girl up. But at least she gave us the good girl
She was nice to
answer.
you about it.
Yeah.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is moving on then. So that's we're into Adam's playing a game. We're into. He finally texted me back and said, "Oh, that's where she went." So
I'm so loved, as you can see.
we're on to round 2 now, Jake.
Okay.
And we're starting with Lizzie McGuire
All right.
versus Recess.
I'm going to go Recess. That's an easy pick for me. Like I said before, I love cartoons, and Recess is so good. I didn't watch much Lizzie McGuire, but I watched a ton of Recess.
Yeah, and I watched both of them quite a bit, actually. And while I did think Lizzie McGuire was pretty cute, I gotta go with Recess. Recess is top
Dang,
notch.
you're gonna leave her hanging?
I'm gonna leave her
Well,
hanging.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna pick Lizzie McGuire because I didn't watch Recess.
You're gonna ghost Lizzie McGuire?
Lizzie
I got her
McGuire, gotta
back.
leave her going on Recess. All right, Jamie.
While I loved Lizzie McGuire, I'm gonna go with Recess because I would watch it.
I feel
every
like
day
once
after
I
school.
finally watch this, maybe I'll be on board. I just
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
Yeah.
So.
It's a very fun
It's
show.
a nostalgic show now at this point.
So Recess is moving on. Jamie, Wizards
All right.
of Waverly Place. Not Waverly Hills. I think I made that mistake last time. Versus That's So Raven.
I gotta go with That's So Raven. I watched that a lot more than I watched Waverly Place. They're
And-
both good though, as like supernatural shows.
And like I said earlier, I've never seen Wizards of Waverly Place, so I also have to vote for That's So Raven. Kate,
I also am a Raven Simone fan, so I'm gonna go with her.
isn't she on The View?
She was? I don't know if she
I don't
still
remember.
is. I'm also gonna go That's So Raven. Not only because I know it's old school and, good, but even though, she's, I think she's like, she's lesbian?
Yeah,
Isn't
she
she's
is.
gay?
Yeah.
I always thought she was super attractive.
Oh yeah, she is.
I always thought she
is
was
so
super
cute.
attractive.
You're still allowed to
Yeah,
think
those
she's
things are-
attractive.
Yeah.
So
You just
I just wanted to clarify.
You can't
that's
cross
all.
the line.
Yeah.
That's, you can think she's beautiful.
I think she's a very attractive woman.
All right, Jake. Even Stevens, speaking of attractive women,
Okay.
versus Boy Meets World.
Ooh.
Topanga.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Topanga on that one. I'm a Boy Meets World for sure.
Even Stevens is great.
Yeah.
He had a churro maker. But Boy Meets World I'm still watching on Disney Plus every night. So
Yeah, it is.
Boy Meets World and Feeny.
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 Okay,
I am with you guys on that. Boy Meets World, all the way.
Jamie.
I guess I'm gonna go with Boy Meets World because I don't know.
You mean you
Stevens
were-
wasn't my thing.
You were voted out either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, so Boy Meets World defeats Even Stevens. Kate, we got one more match for this round, and that is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody versus Kim Possible.
I'm gonna go Kim Possible because I liked watching Zack and Cody, but Kim Possible was more my thing. I didn't really see Sweet Life until I was a little bit older because I didn't watch a ton of Disney Channel all the time. So I'm gonna go Kim Possible.
Jamie?
I'm going with Kim Possible. I loved her. And She-Ra was my hero, even though she was the villain.
Don't even remember that villain.
She's the
Jake?
green lady.
Oh, with the black, half
Yeah,
black suit.
she worked for the villain, but she actually
Draken
didn't work
and-
for the villain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was like a freelance missionary kind of thing.
Shigo.
She-Go,
Her name's
yes!
Shigo. Not Shira. Shira
Sorry.
is
I do that every time.
Shira is a He-Man's sister.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's that show? The Cats?
Because I also
With the big
go
swords?
to Shiva.
What's that show?
Thundercats.
Thunder-
When I was little, our dog's name was Shira after Shira.
That's cool.
All right, Jake, I think I know
Oh
your
yeah,
guess.
Kim Possible all the way.
And I too will vote Kim Possible because I've never seen Zack and Cody. So that brings us to the final four, to our semifinals. Kate, we're starting with Recess versus That's So Raven.
Well, it's gonna be That's So Raven for me, since no recess for this girl.
Oh, she's on the wall at recess.
Yeah, apparently.
She's in the squares. Didn't they have like squares painted on the ground? They
I
weren't
think
allowed
we
to
had
leave them?
those at my
Yeah,
elementary school.
at my elementary school, it was just you had to go stand up against the wall. You weren't
Something
allowed
like
to go
that,
and
yeah.
interact with other kids.
And I probably didn't want to anyways.
Yeah.
I was.
Jake, Recess or That's So Raven?
I'm gonna go with Recess. I had a lot of fun with Recess. I didn't really watch That So Raven.
Jamie.
I'm going to go with That's So Raven.
We're
You know
tied
I'm
again.
going with Recess.
All right, hold
All
on. I'm just gonna
Okay.
text somebody this
No,
time.
we're gonna. It's funnier to call.
Okay.
I feel like we're like prank calling people and they're gonna be mad.
Fuck them.
I have somebody if you don't.
Give them a call. And we'll look if we need to and find somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we tried calling like 3 other people and they wouldn't answer. We got another tie we need broken.
Okay.
All right, this time it's the show Recess
This Taco Bell's open till 2
versus
a.m.
That's So Raven.
I have very little experience with do remember from both of them. I think Recess.
All right, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. See you. Thanks, man.
You're fine.
All right, so
That's what I wanted to hear.
Recess beats out That's So Raven.
That's not so Raven.
And going
I
to
guess
the
not.
finals. And we got one more match in the semifinals. Kate, it is Kim Possible versus Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World, all the way.
All right, I too am going with Boy Meets World because I love Boy Meets World. Feedy!
Oh, but I forgot we got this Kim Possible fight over here.
It's so hard. I love them both so much.
And they're such like different shows.
Different
Yeah,
shows.
like you love them for different reasons.
I'm gonna start looking for a backup.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna pick Kim Possible too.
Keep your integrity. I'm looking.
He's thinking. He's thinking.
Because Boy Meets World, I think we talked about this before, but like on a different one. But Boy Meets World had a lot of like real life issues in it too. Because wasn't Sean adopted, or he had a broken family,
Yeah.
and his father was abusive.
Yeah, like he lived with his teacher.
Yeah, and his
for a long
teacher, and so his teacher, I think, eventually adopted him, and
time. Right.
No,
Well, not adopted him.
No, he
Not-
lived with him for a while. The thing about Boy Meets World is it like ages with you. Like when you
Yeah.
when it first started,
Yeah.
you were a kid, and by the end, you were like their
And you could
age.
just
You were in
relate
college.
better because it's real people, but it's not one of those boring real people shows.
right.
So gotta make a decision here, Jake.
And then
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible is funny, and I like the funnies.
And I do agree with that, but
I love the funnies.
I mean, everybody loves a good funny.
Yeah.
A Doug funny.
Like
Doug
Doug
funny.
funny.
Why is your computer so fast? Oh, it's
I'm gonna have to go with The Boy Meets World. I love Kim Possible. It's like one of my favorite Disney cartoons because there are a few of them that aren't on the Disney bracket, but I'm gonna have to go with Boy Meets World.
I lose.
You were going Kim.
I'm staying with Kim Possible. I loved it. The nachos.
The Nachos.
Nachos.
So we have made it to our finals, which is Recess and Boy Meets World. Did you guys notice any Cartoon Network shows that didn't make this bracket that should have?
You mean Disney Channel?
I mean Disney Channel, correct.
Yes, quite a few actually.
What? Anything come to mind?
Well, there's Disney's Gargoyles.
Gargoyles was amazing.
Is great.
Yeah.
I think I do remember that also.
It's on
Gargoyles
Disney
was
Plus, so you can catch
Oh,
up.
cool.
Darkwing Duck,
Darkwing Duck.
Chippendales Rescue
Oh
Rangers,
my god, yes.
DuckTales.
Yes,
I did like
DuckTales.
To be fair, this is Millennial Kids, so maybe they're not going that far back because
well,
DuckTales
Well,
is-
millennial.
that would still be
I mean,
millennial.
I'm on the young spectrum of millennial.
Yeah, Millennials start at 1981.
okay, so yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
those shows would fit then. But
Because anything before that is Generation X up until a certain point.
anybody else? Any other Disney shows you
I
can
was
think
thinking
of that
about
weren't on there?
DuckTales, but he said.
Yeah,
Um,
DuckTales was a big one.
Oh, Tailspin.
Oh, Tailspin was good.
Tailspin's
yes.
amazing. And fun fact, if you guys haven't watched the newer DuckTales cartoon, it is phenomenal.
Is it?
It is
I'm gonna
great.
have
And the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who plays Scrooge McDuck.
Interesting.
And it is really good. It's
I
good
have
stuff. children.
It takes me 3 days to watch Jurassic Park.
That's fair.
So all of these things are on my list.
That's fair. But yeah, DuckTales is good. It actually explains to you why Donald Duck is their uncle, and it explains who the mom of the triplets are. You know, Huey, Dewey, and Louie,
Oh, yeah.
and what happened to her, and a bunch of
It
other
gets
stuff.
really dramatic.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it does. It actually clears up a lot of the issues that you had with the original DuckTales, and then it also explains it's weird because in the newer the newer one, there's an episode where they hint back to the ancients, which are Disney's gummy bears. You remember gummy bears?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're the ancients, and they're trying to make
Oh
gummy
my
berry
God.
juice. But in the gummy bear cartoon, they lived in a world with human beings and the gummy bears, which indicates that all human beings have been extinct and were then replaced with anthropomorphic animals.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
watch
so it looks
this.
it's really neat. But yeah, there's a lot of Disney cartoons that weren't on that list.
Disney does so much though.
Yeah.
I would like to do a bracket of just Disney movies.
Oh, Disney
Find one of
movies
them.
would
Like
yeah.
Disney Channel movies too.
Disney
The-
Channel.
yeah.
Luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
Luck of the Irish.
And oh god, I gotta remember what the mermaid kid one was. Xenon is phenomenal.
We just watched Phantom of the Megaplex.
Yes, that's so good. I love all the Disney originals.
Halloween Town.
Halloween Town's great.
Yeah, it's
1, 2, and 3.
Yes, all of them.
All right, so that takes us to the finals. Jake, we got Recess versus Boy Meets World.
I love Recess. I'm going Boy Meets World.
I love Recess. I too am going Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World
Yeah,
over here.
I'm sticking with Recess.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more.
Unfortunately, as much as I love Recess and would love to rewatch it, Recess has been eliminated. And the best Disney Channel show, according to this bracket and according to us, is Boy Meets World, which will go on to the finals to face Nickelodeon's Hey Arnold and Cartoon Network's Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Just so everybody knows, Topanga is super hot.
And guys,
Just in case nobody here knew. I didn't say it before. Yes, I did. But
you said it.
I've said it like 5 times. I know, but I'm just reiterating.
So we got one more tournament till we get to the finals, which is Fox Box, 4Kids, Kids WB, Toonami, and a few other things sprinkled in. It's kind of all the cool millennial shows that didn't really fit into any other brackets. So that'll be next time. I've been your host, Ben Richey. She's Kate.
I'm Jake.
He's Jake.
It's Jamie.
She's Jamie. And
Bye.
we'll catch you next time for the last full tournament bracket.
I can see myself.
I can see myself.